Okay, well, I thought I'd pull my camera out and vlog this while I'm here doing this because I haven't seen any videos about it online. I've read the forums 1,000 times and it's a little tricky to figure out, but I think I got it here. So I got my LCI2 finally, and now I'm trying to figure out all the wires in the car. Here, I'll show you guys in it. So here is the factory amp, and then I believe that's the ASD module, whatever it is, the Harman Kardon module. So here's the wiring harness out of here, and I believe these two bigger loops. There's the black and brown, black, brown, black, red, and then the blue, brown, blue, red. And then there's also the smaller versions of those wires right there. So I'm assuming, well, obviously I think, right, the bigger wires are for the subwoofers, left and right. So I'm gonna tap my LCI into here. I'm gonna add a wire with a butt connector. With butt connectors, because I don't want to use these. I have these taps, but they don't give you a sufficient connection, so I'm literally gonna cut the wire. This is gonna be a few day long process because my parts are all over the place. There's a fly in my garage. It's 10 p.m. I gotta be up at 7 a.m. to go to school. So I couldn't sleep. I'm just kind of trying to figure this out. So I don't think I'll finish it tonight, but I'll definitely get the LCI wired in, trying to figure out the placement and stuff like that. So I'm gonna cut these wires, attach the LCI, and maybe I'll just mock everything up on the ground to see if it actually works before I start building a method to put all this together. So I'll get back to you guys as soon as I get this figured out. So I've got the wires right here. I only got one set so far. I'm gonna put it to the sub and then see if I hear audio coming out. That means I know I got the right signal because it's just gonna be the subwoofer. And then I'm gonna put everything back together and continue on tomorrow. I think we'll see what I do, but I'm gonna hook this up and see if it works. In hindsight, that didn't work. I think it's because the factory system goes from like 33 to 50 volts, something crazy like that. So I'm just gonna have to hook up the LCI module and then into an amp, all that stuff to really see if it works. This is gonna be a few day ordeal for sure. So I think I'm gonna bundle everything up and then continue tomorrow. Day 2 on the F30 system. Now before I show you guys, I just want to explain that I'm gonna attempt to turn it on to see if it even works before I even begin wiring anything up. So I have everything mocked up just to make sure I actually get audio out of the subwoofer and the LCI, give signal to the amp and all that stuff. So I'll show you what it looks like right now. I have the LCI here, and these are the wires that are tapped in off the factory sub. I got an RCA going to the amp. Then the amp goes to a power supply. It's external. It's a DC or a AC to DC power supply. So I have the amp wire to that, and then the LCI jumps off of the connections in here. I'm just very low current. And then I have a subwoofer chilling right here. So I'm gonna turn all this on and see if it works. All I gotta do, I hope everything's good. Plug this in. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Amp is on and the LCI is on. Now it's time for some audio and let's see if we get anything. I do hear a slight humming noise. Let's get in here. Let's immediately change it because it's going to stop my music. Real quick, I just want to point out before I get copyrighted for all the music, it turned on and the sub went bang to the beat, and then everything died except the car audio because it's separated. What happened? Well, the LCI, everything was cranked to the max. Everything. Sorry, so everything is cranked to the max. I'm gonna turn it all down. We're gonna try this again. Hopefully it doesn't go boom. Like the speaker hit hard, like I heard it. The power supply tripped. So let's try this again. I don't know if you guys can tell on video, but the sub's actually hitting, and surprising me, it's hitting pretty decent. Everything's on minimum now, so I'm gonna have to tune it once I get everything installed. Sub's hitting, it sounds good, I like it. So I'm gonna see about installing it now, finally. Well, I have everything extremely roughed up. It's I just want to make sure it worked outside the car, and now I put everything together. And now I'm gonna see if it works inside the car. So everything's roughed up. I'll take you guys a real quick tour here. So I got the LCI mounted in there. I've got the amplifier mounted there. I couldn't really figure out where I wanted to mount everything, so this is just for now. Let me take you guys around here. So this fuse panel, I couldn't find a remote wire, but this this fuse right here is a window, I believe, window or head unit. I used a test light, and it comes on with the key on accessory position. So as you can see, I stupidly just shoved the wire under there just to test it out. And then I'm gonna get one of those fuse plug-in holder things for it. I just want to make sure it all works before I buy stuff, because everything right here right now was all like I had everything. So I'm gonna turn it on, see if it works. So let's go to the car. Key in my hand. Let's just hit the power button. Okay. All right, I can already see it. So that's on, and that's on. So now, now I'll put the sub on and see if the music comes through, and then I'll have to clean up all this wiring mess, see what I'm gonna do with it, because as you can see, it's wires going in everywhere. It's a mess, so I'm gonna clean everything up, make sure it works with the subwoofer first. Real quick, I thought I'd show you guys the power wire routing. So here's the power wire. I've got it hooked up here. It comes up into a fuse that is zip tied to the harness, and then it goes through this white plastic loom. So I found that to be a really good thing, and on the other side it's the same thing. I ran the speaker wire through that little plastic wiring thing. It's day 3 now, working on the sound system. It's in the car, it works, I've been driving around with it, it sounds fantastic. But now the problem is the trunk mat won't open. So I'm building my own. Show you what I mean. So the seam for the trunk mat is back here, and obviously you can't open it because the sub's weight's on it. So what I'm essentially doing is moving the seam to about here, so 3 inches back, so that I have a separate lid that opens this way, and that stays on the back on its own. So what I did was lay that mat on top of this piece of MDF, and I traced out the entire thing, and now I'm cutting it, just like that. Finally figured it out. So this one is raised. It's not done yet, but if you lift this up, you can remove it, and you can see it's actually doubled up. Not all the way back, just for about 2 or 3 inches. There's another piece of wood here. And now we gotta figure out how I'm gonna finish it. Either I'm gonna wrap it, because I have some vinyl left, or I'm gonna have to go get some carpet and like properly carpet it, but I'm not sure yet. So for now it's done. I'm gonna screw the sub down to it so it doesn't move anywhere. And it looks good, I like it. I had to get my hustle on, still owe money to my mom. She still pray for me to God. Trying to get rich too long. Well, I think I'm done for now. I'm gonna leave it how it is for a little bit, and then I'll wrap it up or whatever I do with it. And follow me on Instagram at Parvo3 to keep up to what I do with it. But for now, she bumps. Pretty damn loud.